So we'll look at another example of cat stance, and then we'll start looking at feet together. So we'll look at the start of Pinan Godan or Hian Godan. We've got, in Shotokan nowadays, it tends to be like a back stance. It's a bit bigger, it's just elongated. It's still the same basic idea. Slightly older version, it's in like a cat stance, right? But the essential idea is you've got a lot of weight on one foot. And the idea of that is, again, as Mabuni said, it's because it's a fast shift. This is really important to understand your kata as well, massive. The angle in the kata is telling you the angle you are attacking the enemy from. It is not the angle the enemy is attacking you from. And that's huge. I'll often tell people, if you remember nothing else for what we've done today, remember that. Because it's a really effective key to help you understand your kata. And again, there's no debate on that. That's not me saying it. That's really well documented. So Mabuni, who studied both lineages, the Nate and the Shurite, to a very high level, he makes a long article about it. About people don't understand the angles and they should understand the angle. And if you think it's the angle the opponent's attacking you from, it's nonsense, is what he said. And the applications become extremely limited and meagre. You know, he's very against it. But he's not the only one to say it. Motobu mentions it in passing when he's talking about Nahanshi, that you're sideways off the opponent, you know, because you're looking sideways. It's not that the guy's attacking you from the side. You've moved sideways relative to them, like Lee did with you earlier, right? And in the Goju line, you've got Taguchi's rules that he said were given to him directly by Choji Miyagi, right? So he's got his rules of how kata works. One of them is, do not be deceived by the M-descent of the kata, right? So don't think that just because there's a move to the side, it means the opponent's attacking you from the side. And then he goes, there is one opponent, they are in front of you. So it's quite common people go, there's 3 opponents at the moment. That guy, then I'm going to fight that guy, then I'm going to fight that guy. And Taguchi goes, no, there's one guy and he's there. He's like, okay, so when I move to the side, it's not that there's someone attacking me from the side, it's I'm moving to the side of them to attack them. He's like, okay, absolutely massive that you get that. Right? So if you just grab me with your right hand with the back facing everybody. So if the start of this kata, if he's grabbed me with this hand, that's the one I'm scared of. He's like, okay, I'm unhappy you grabbed me, and believe me, I will make you pay for that. But it's this hand I'm worried not as worried about as that one. So if you grab me with the other hand, I'd want to move this way, away from that one. If you grab me with this one, I want to go that way. And the kata is symmetrical, simply which hand does he grab me with. Your Hikate is going to grab his hand. I call this the dead side. There's not much happening over here. This is the live side. We've both got a live arm here. Grab from the dead side. Moving cat stance. Cat stance represents a fast shift. If I just move without doing anything, Kieran feels me move and he just kind of comes with me and he hits me. Right, so I need to do something to stop him turning. So I drop my weight down. Again, the stance will enable that to happen. Right, the weight's going to drop down from there. So I'm going to boom here. What I'm then going to do is go whack. I'm going to put a forearm between the two of us. There's your sotuki or uchiuki, whatever your style labels it as. I've now got a barrier I can use to attack with. If I feel pressure increasing on that arm, he's trying to come out, I'll keep it there. If I don't feel it, I'm just going to move and hit. He's okay with the first 2 moves of the kata, right? So that's all I want you to do to start. Grab with this hand, moving straight down, strike back up, grab and hit. You see how the Hikate is doing something every time. He's okay. And again, you know, like Geki side is something very similar. It's to the side. It assumes the opponent's slightly taller, which is probably true in this case, and it goes here. There's an agiyuki instead of a thing. And then, you know, if you hit that and he's moved slightly further away, it steps in. He said the same. It's the same thing. There are no styles of karate, only varying interpretations of its principles. He's okay, but I want you to do the Godan one because we've got a nice cranky neck twisty bit, which will give us another example of stance and body mechanics for you. So one more time from this side, he grabs, I'll move over there. Actually, you need to fit clear here. Strike down on the arm, move back. All parts of the movement you use. The inward bit, the outward bit, the stance and the Hikate. I'll then grab from there, whack, as I hit it from this position. The Hikate is used again from there, I've got that hit. And then I've also got a head I can play with, which we'll do in a minute. Is everyone okay to give that a quick go? Okay, we train martial arts, we do so in venues like this, right? It's well lit, there's a nice clean floor and everyone's got loads of space. Real world, we're not fighting in places like that. The lighting's crap, the floor's all over the place. You know, there's people around you, there's motor vehicles, there's bushes, shrubs, park benches, moving cars, buses, trains. You know what I mean? There's not always a side to go to. It's like, okay, you know, just because, you know, you're fighting in a doorway or in a lift. or a corridor, or there's tables and chairs. But if you can get to the side, that helps. Is it okay? Because I'm away from that hand. So for those who don't know, there's only 2 rules on this to remember, and Kata uses these consistently. Keep the enemy in front of you, do not be in front of your enemy, if there's somewhere to go to. If we're standing here, it's 50-50, right? It's whoever lands the first shot first. If I'm here, I've taken away half his weapons and I've still got all the line. Is it alright? So you can get that. The other rule, keep the enemy in front of you, don't be in front of the enemy. The other rule is move towards what you know and away from what you don't know. So if we're fighting away and I've made contact with this arm and there is space to go to, rather than worrying about him clocking me with that hand, right, I should move this way. Is that okay? And then he's still in front of me, but I'm away from that one, and I've still got all my weapons, and he's lost one of his. In fact, you can even argue he's lost 2 of his because I've got control of this one. It would make no sense, knowing where this arm is, for me to move this way, because he'll just clock me with the other hand. Is that okay? So that's it. There are these 2 rules. Keep the enemy in front of you, don't be in front of your enemy. Move towards what you know and away from what you don't know. If you do those 2 things, you're winning. And your Kata consistently employs those 2 tactics and strategies, principles. They're there the entire time. Right? I mean, and there's plenty going straight forwards because sometimes there is no side to go to, right? Or you can't immediately. Anyway, having done all of this, I've gone 1, 2, 3. If I was to hit this hard, don't. But if I've spun his head from there, ends up like this. I have to crank that. It would be a crime not to. You know, it's halfway round already. So you can keep a nice tight on it. He's like, all right, don't need to worry about it. I promise I'll be gentle with it. I'm going to put one hand on the top of his head. I'm going to put the other hand on his chin. So I've got the maximum leverage on his spine. Is okay? And in the Kata, for those that know it, it steps in and comes around. Right? So why have I suddenly put both of my feet together? You know what I mean? What's that stance all about? Well, the point is, if I'm trying to turn him here, his head's at arm's length. Whereas if I go there, like Lee was saying earlier, I can move myself closer. Now he's right next to my body. My mechanical advantage is rocking it up. Right? And then just like, you know, I'm not going to just go here and go in. I'm going to move and I'm going to turn my body. Just like the Kata has me do. So I'm going to get close and I'm going to turn. So I'm cranking his neck, not with my arms, I'm doing it with my mass. Is that all right? So sometimes you get, you know, why are you in this position? And people come with all kinds of nonsense. The favourite one is it's a guard. Really? I'll believe that when I see someone successfully spar like this. You know, one arm across the chest, one arm on the rib and both feet together. The reason you're doing it is because it shifts your weight in the right direction for the technique. Is that okay? So feet together, people are, you're off balance, you're unstable. What I'm doing there is I'm doing that so I get this. Is that okay? Once he's there, this is Christmas for martial artists, right? Have fun. Finish him however you want to. Is that, the Kata does an elbow to the face, but that's a story for another day. Is everyone okay with that idea? So if you're looking at the application there, notice how every single part of the movement is explained and is logical. Why is your hand on your hip? Because I've got hold of his hand. Why is the arm coming down before it comes back? Because I'm bending his arm to break his balance and move through. Why are you at 90 degrees? Because I'm keeping the enemy in front of me, but I don't want to be in front of the enemy, and I'm moving away from the free arm to put myself in a safe position. When you do the punch, why is this hand on your hip? Because I'm continuing to monitor where his arm is. Why are you stepping forwards and turning? Because I want to get my body weight into the crank. Why are your hands in this position? Because I'm grabbing the 2 furthest points from his spine to get maximum leverage to crank him round. Why is it slow in the Kata? Because it's not a snap. You know, it's a grappling manoeuvre. It's a postural disruption manoeuvre. If I did it quick, people might think, is that a punch? You know, but the fact that it's done slow makes it clear to you it's a gradual application of force, not a dynamic application of force. Is that okay? So to me, that's good book, Iain. Contrasted with, take a big number eye for me, like all Okinawan criminals do. There you go. I'm facing this way because I'm just completely unaware, but I happen to be in the eye, so that's something, I guess. He then comes towards me because he attacked me from 90 degrees. If he attacked me from any other angle, the technique would be irrelevant, right? But he happens to be attacking me from 90 degrees. When he attacks me, please don't hit me. That's it. He turns from there, thank you. I turn and put my hand on my hip for no reason. Right, he's done one move, I'm going to do 2. That's important to give him a chance, I think. He's okay, then I'll do a punch from there. Sometimes they have enough wherewithal to grab it from there. And then what's this all about? That's nothing. Oh, and then by the way, his friend attacks it from the other side. Do you know what I mean? It's just, on its own terms, it's demonstrably false. But if you look at it in what would be a traditional way, there's no part of that movement that isn't explained and doesn't work. Is that okay? And once you get the idea of a few of these, you see that in every single movement of every single kata, the same idea is repeating and repeating and repeating in different ways, which is what I'm going to show next. Is everyone okay to do that? Probably goes without saying, but be careful with the neck crank. And I'm saying that because I've noticed a few smiles and glinty eyes. Yeah, ooh, crank. Gentle with it. Is that okay? Okay, quick go down.